Oh, I missed this game. I haven't played it in a while. Hello, I'm Tan, the TamBoTC channel, and this is Spider-Man movie review of Far From Home. Um, I'm actually using the costume, too, that they released for Far From Home. They have another costume I can show you. And there will be no spoilers in this review. You've probably seen tons of other people already review this movie, but that's alright. This is not a review of the game, if somebody's wondering, if they just saw like the footage and they're like, oh no, this is old, even though it says it's new on the date and time. Whee! But yeah, I want to talk about the Spider-Man movie. I went to go see it. I kind of wish they had some like cool collectibles, like popcorn buckets. But it was just kind of the poster where it has the picture of Spider-Man. But he's again wearing tons of stickers on his face of the different places he went. Or not really stickers, but patches or whatever. But yeah, it was kind of lame. And it really was nothing. So, but I was really excited to see this because one of my favorite villains is Mysterio. I'm a big Mysterio fan. I liked him for the longest time. Longer than Jim, my boy. No, I'm just kidding. He probably, if anything, either he liked it before me or we liked it around the same time. Liked the character around the same time. But yeah, and I'm a big fan of Jake. Is it Gyllenhaal? I don't know. Please let me know in the comments down below. But I'm a big fan of him, and he's done so many movies I love. Source Code, Brothers. I even like the ridiculous Prince of Persia Disney movie, even though it's ridiculous. Not his best. Donnie Darko, October Sky. How many more do I need to name? But just know that he's done a lot. Enemy. Okay. Brokeback Mountain, crud. But being serious with this, I absolutely love this movie. I don't know if I like it more than Into the Spider-Verse. I really liked that. It was an excellent animation. And it serves as a great animation of Spider-Man. This is probably a great Spider-Man movie, and it probably has... A lot of people are complaining about Mysterio's portrayal. I actually really liked Mysterio in this. I thought it was the best portrayal of him, alongside stuff like Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin and Melina's, I believe his name is Melina, and his Doc Ock. So I really liked Mysterio in this. He was the best portrayal I've seen, and he's probably the most powerful villain that has like a scheme that really is good in this movie and really affects things. Of course, I won't talk about much, but he was a really good criminal. But yeah, I love a lot of the stuff that happens with him. There's some really cool, like, trippy scenes with him, too. Being the master that he is. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I loved the acting behind the character. Well, of course. Of course! I loved all the acting in this movie. I also even liked Mary Jane in this a little more than the first one. A much more. I had a lot of fun between, like, their kind of the chemistry between Spider-Man and her was pretty cool, and it worked. There wasn't too much of them, of course, once again. And I did feel like the school stuff at the beginning of the movie kind of felt like it dragged things a bit. I don't like the school stuff, to be honest. And there were good jokes in this movie, definitely, but there were also some kind of miss or pass jokes, and I felt like I think Tom Holland too is like the definitive like Spider-Man. I love Tobey Maguire, and Sam Raimi's movies are meant to be more the cheesy corniness that they are. I mean, he's the creator of Evil Dead. I'm pretty sure he purposed it to be as cheesy and corny. You basically say to yourself, Spider-Man, but as if it was directed by Sam Raimi. Oh, the Evil Dead guy. That's all you gotta say, and you know what his Spider-Man is like. It's like the bad, so it's like the bad, it's good kind of movie. I actually felt the same about the new Venom, and even though the new Venom is not a great movie, I do think that Tom Hardy is a perfect part or pick for Eddie Brock. I just don't think he was written like Eddie Brock. I don't really feel like he was playing the part of Eddie Brock all that well, but I did like the bickering between him and Venom in the movie. They were like an old couple, but a really hilarious old couple. In this movie, I loved the action. The pacing was pretty good. I loved all of the characters, both side, main, and so on. When jokes were good, they were really good. And when they were bad, you just kind of... Oh, did a joke happen? I'm sorry. Here, let me pretend to laugh. Oh wait, that's me really laughing. I mean, ha ha ha. No, but it was a really just excellent movie. I love the Spider-Man costumes. There is kind of like a sense of danger to this, not as much, but I think it was better in some cases than the first. It just was an excellent movie, and I loved a lot of the a lot of stuff you just can't spoil with this movie either. It's really hard not to spoil it. But the stuff, you have to see this movie just for the crazy stuff it does, especially for like the after scene credits stuff. It's probably some of my favorite after scene credits. It's excellent. The cinematography was great. Acting was great. Music was excellent. CGI served its part. Like, there's some parts where it's like, but I absolutely loved a lot of the CGI. Most of the CGI in this movie was really fun. Anything that had to do with Mysterio was really excellent. I loved it. And there were even, like, callbacks for, like, fans of, like, Mysterio. There were a lot of cool little callbacks. If you're to be a big nerd and excited for this Spider-Man movie, you can tell this is just like a big deal. I loved this movie. Mysterio's my favorite villain. He's excellent. Just such a great villain. And I think my favorite of all the movies. I'm just so glad they did Mysterio. Like, they're finally doing stuff of villains that we've always wanted to either see their own movie, or we wanted to see them in another heroes movie. Battle it out between one another. I've always wanted to see Joker in his own movie. We're getting that. I always wanted to see Venom in his own movie, even though it wasn't that great. But we got it. And I've always wanted to see Mysterio. Master of Dinks. Okay. Master of good acting. And I believe Jake was up for the role of Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2, I think. But he looks like he would have probably done a good part for that. Yeah, there's a lot of good parts to this movie. There's emotion, all sorts of stuff to be invested in this movie. This is probably like the biggest. Spider-Man's awesome. Spider-Man remains to be awesome. Spider-Man's me and my grandmother's favorite superhero of Marvel of all time. And Batman's my favorite DC superhero of all time. The Spider-Man and Batman are right up there as my personal favorites. I love them. And you can tell a lot of people love them too. They're so popular. Yeah, this was a great movie, whether it be like nostalgia of certain things or just it's a good Spider-Man movie. It's good on its own even. Oops, I forgot the stinking... Do that. Alright. I hope I talked enough in depth and didn't repeat myself too much. I usually repeat myself a bit here and there if I like lose track of something or and I hope I didn't like it didn't feel like I spoiled anything, but I hope I didn't really come across in a way where I did. Or I may have potentially spoiled anything. I don't think so, once again. It was more subtle, anything that I may have been saying. But yeah, I don't think I did. But let me know how I did. And I know I'm not using footage. Of course I'm not. Copyright and crud. And I want to play this game again. I know I've been swinging this whole time. Whoops. Let's see this costume in the light now I think about it. But I think I'm going to rate the Spider-Man. So I do 3 ratings usually for games. Like, maybe I should do that for these. I'm not sure. Oh, hello, sir. What up? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I hurt your hand, apparently. Time to do this to you! I'm just kidding. This is an excellent Spider-Man movie. This is an excellent Spider-Man costume! What? Okay. I think I can go in there, just... not from here. Excuse me, I gotta get in. I gotta get in. Okay. So I think the realistic score, a realistic score for this would probably be I'm going to give this for a more real score, like what I think critics, more official critics who are more genuine, not really genuine with their review. Critics are never genuine. But what I think critics would rate it. Baby, oh, hello, sir. What up? Yeah. So, I'm going to give it an 8.4 for my more realistic score. Audience recommended score is going to be a 8.8 out of 10. And my personal rating, I'm going to give this movie a solid 9 out of 10. I really liked it. It had some flaws, definitely. Nothing's perfect. And nothing's ever going to reach like a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. It'll get to like a 9.9 to basically let you know that this game could have been near perfect, but it's still got very slight problems with it. So it barely touches it. I want to kind of let everything that I rate know that it's never going to actually reach that point. I want it to kind of linger there and look at it like, oh, I want to be better. That get rid of every single imperfection, then maybe you'll get a 10. And even then, you still can't. I'm just gonna mock you with it. No, but those are my final ratings for this. I loved this movie, absolutely one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much, but I love it. And I'm so glad, like, Spider-Man's been doing so well lately, whether it be video games, movies, and so on. It's just been so excellent. So, I hope to see you guys next time. I hope this video wasn't too long for you as well, and too boring with the swinging around constantly. I love the animations in this game. They're so good. Let me actually show you the stinking other spider costume. Okay, where the crud is it? But, you've seen his stealth suit in the movie, so there it is. Yeah! I'm sorry. Yeah, this was an excellent movie, and I loved the costumes. Once again, they're like the best part of the movie. Mysterio, staying spot on. I loved that costumes. Like that's the best costume. Mr. Fishbowlhead is the best costume in all of these movies. Um, but I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and when you do subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications to keep up to date when my videos are uploaded and on there. They will pop up on your phone or whatever mobile device when they do and remind you. So I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!